Hey there, welcome back. So we're on to another piece now, and so let's go to Photoshop. The piece we're on to is this section here. You can see the bit. These are the panels that go behind the plate. These are the bits that go around it, etc, etc, etc. Quite a lot of bits anyway. So what I'm going to start with, using our lasso tool, or lasso, or whatever the heck you want to call it, and I'm going to start here. Just to make sure I'm in the right place. Bring it down into there, and following around this surface here. It looks curved, but it isn't, as you know. So look for the angles. 2, 3, 4. Another one there. You don't have to follow it exactly poly by poly, as long as we're fairly precise. Now, same again. We've got the additive selection on, so it makes things a little bit easier for us. There to there. Now this one. I don't know if this is easier with a Wacom or not. I use Wacom sometimes, and well, you know, probably not really. That's probably why I gave all my Wacoms away. Down here, that Wacom used in TV Palace is a good one, but it's just way too blooming big. Okay, up to there, and again. To there, to there, and across. Okay, starting to get there. Now this one. And this is going to be quite an easy texturing piece because we're not putting any panels in, or rivets, or anything else like that. What we're doing basically is just kind of getting it started, just getting the basic kind of texture on it, some mark lines on it, things like that. Put a bit of a background behind it, just stops any bits appearing. There we go. Right, nice dark colour here. Increase our brush size to about 58. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just do this. Before we do, because I forgot, we'll put a couple of layers in, then do it. I always like having it separated from the main layer while I'm working on it by at least one layer. Alright, now I'm not doing any bevels or embosses on this, so go straight into the old dodge tool. And start with these ones. These are the actual inners of the door. Okay, so just adding dirt and grease off hundreds of thousands of dirty workmen's hands who've been plodding through this for various reasons. There we go. Okay. Over here. Okay, down there. Now, same again over here as we've done before. Just dirtying them. Dirty. Oh, right, over here. Oh, so dirty. And up there. I'll just leave the middle bits unhighlighted. Add some curves in. A couple of lines like this. A couple of extra dark pieces in like so. Alright, now this looks like a job for rust. Grab this piece for a change. About there. Control C. Oop, cancel. Just use a single layer this time, thank you. There we are. Control C. Control V, move it over to here, and change the opacity to 50, and this to darken. And I'm just going to use one of these, just to draw around it. Right, Control Shift I. What the hell? Get away. Try again. Control Shift I. Hit delete. There we go. Alright, now should probably flatten these down, so Control E. And now I can draw on this, or behind this rather, in this empty layer. So Control Shift I, like this, and I'm just going to kind of fill it that way. And you can see what the basic texture is, and you can see how we've changed it and shaded it and stuff. And that way we've got no white bits. Okay, nip out. And I'm just going to save this. Let me think. Or should I go on to doing another bit? Ooh, we should do these bits really, shouldn't we? Yeah, why not? I'll do these bits. Quick look around, see what else there is to do. Most of this is pretty easy, you see. We've got the terminal down here, or parts of it anyway. So, decisions. Yeah, why not? Okay, so I'm going to start over here with this. Actually, no, I'll do it in the next part. Control A and Control E again. Control A just to bring it down into there. And now I'm going to save it. And I'm just incrementally saving my PSDs. There we go. That way I can go back if I need to. And switch over. Hit render. Woohoo! There we go. Still got some yellowy bits showing, but they'll go soon. But all in all, that's starting to work quite nicely. Alright. Now, one of the reasons that I haven't actually textured that bit, and I'd really rather kind of continue if I can, is because I'm not exactly 100% sure what that is. So I'm going to make a couple of new textures. There we go. And let's just get my paintbrush out, and I'll do a big dot there, there, and there. Okay, that way we'll be able to see what they are. Alt F, save. Go over here. Alright, so there's one big red happy dot. Alright, so now we know what these are anyway. So we've got that wall, and that top piece there. The question is which one's which. So back over to here. You see, just in case you can't remember. So let's decrease the size of our brush. And I know what this is, so I'll put 1 dot, 2 dots, and 3 dots. Save. Okay, so now we can see which one's which. 2, 1, 3. So now that we know what we've got, we'll do 1 and 2 first, and then do 3 afterwards. So there's 1 and 2. Just get over here and do them. Now, will I do them as panels? Well, of course I will. I like panels. Pardon me. So, do that one. And I'll do this one as well. Get my old paintbrush out. Make this a 60, or as near as possible. I know some people say, "Oh, use the fill tool." Well, I like using it this way. It makes me happy. Don't ask why. I don't know. Okay, and what else? I need to select this one again because I turned off additive because I'm silly. There we go. Straight down. Right, now over here, blending options, bevel and emboss, nice. 400, you should know it off by heart by now. Just a standard inner bevel. Going to delete these bits off because I'm not using them at the moment. Just deselect, there we go. Yeah, now over here I'm going to do some nice long, thin, just a couple at each edge kind of thing, like that. And I need to make a new layer, at least one. I'll make 2. I'm paranoid. Hello 3D Palace. Hello Adobe Photoshop. What's going on there? Get away from me. Horrible thing. Scooting around like that. Okay, we'll do it this way. This way. Why is Adobe Photoshop continually opening on me? 70, 70. Here it goes again. Go away. 70. Okay. Right, and I'm going to paint those in. Sorry, it should be 100, 100, 100. There we go. Gah! You see, that thing confused me. Okay, blending options. I'm going to make this a pillow emboss because it's pretty. Probably just make this one really narrow emboss. Control J. What's going on there? Move that over to there. Another Control J. Over to there. And another one. There we go. Why? Maybe it's decorative, who knows. Maybe we could do with something, a little sign perhaps over here. If we're going to go for a sign, why don't we go to Google? Google's always good for a laugh, so I'm going to open Google. Nothing like a tutorial on searching on Google, is there? And we'll go to images.google.com. And in our images, warning sign. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that. Yeah. Ooh, that looks good. What other warning signs have we got? Now that's quite pretty, but not really what I'm looking for. Telepathic hazard. I think we'll have this standard warning sign here. Okay, so copy image. So I'm going to save image as. I'll just save it to my desktop. Now over here I'm going to go to File New. File Open, sorry. There we go. And in there I'm going to open my warning medium. Ooh, very pretty. Image. Image size. Let's take this down to about 100. Control A, Control C, Control V. Ooh, that's still too big. Far too big. Well, do that. Image size. Drop that down to maybe 60. Remember, we're always working with quite a small. What do you call it on this? Control V. There we are. I'm going to move that over to there. There you go. Now, try and use the magic wand to get rid of the bits we don't want. Probably worth zooming in a bit. There we go. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll start kind of battering it about a bit in a minute as well. I'm going to have this on the top layer though, rather than on the bottom layer if I can. Now, let's see. Go around and just trim off the edges a bit. Okay, Control D. A nice big brush like this is actually a lot easier for doing it than a tiny little brush. Well, that's the way the universe works, isn't it? Okay, to there. Remember, I'm keeping this one on top. Okay, zoom out. And I think I'll move it there, so it's nice and easy for people to see. While they shout, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die!" Now, I'll come back to here, where our original layer is. I can start kind of blending things in. Not our warning sign though. That way I can use our dodge tool and go behind it like that. Speaking of which, Remember, I've got nothing on this. I didn't see the point of doing any extras on it, so come straight up and start doing stuff over here. My main interest is just darkening this out, making it look dirty as possible. Maybe have some dirt coming down from here. Just blackening it around the edge of the side of it. There we are. Okay, now, same again, just streak this out a bit. There we are. Nice. Pardon me. Now, I'm going to get our old friend the red rust over here. Control C. Control V. And I'm going to move that to round about. Ooh, it's not quite big enough, is it? I'll just stick another bit underneath. I'm not even going to bother blending it, because I'm lazy. That's right. There we go. Now, opacity at 50. And I'm going to cut out the bits I want. So there. There. Alright. Now this side at the top here, once I've sorted this bit out, and this bit needs to be darker. Pretty. Okay, layer 12 here. There we go. Darken that, and we've got a nice old sign stuffed in, which we can move around if we want to, but I'm not going to. Control D. Nah, keep it where it was. Okay, and now bring these layers down, 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 down. Okay, get them there, and again. So we've got this nice layer going on there. Now at the top here, this is a nice vertical layer. Nice and simple, don't do anything too ornate to it. Don't want to make a panel out of it or anything. So, get this up to 70. And just do that. Go straight into the dodge. Oh, hang on. That's what I do. I always forget these, don't I? There we are. Go straight into our dodge tool. Our burn tool, sorry. Okay, and we want the burn tool to kind of give it as much depth as possible. Give it some really dark areas in the middle for no real reason. Okay, there we go. Next, red rust. Control C, not even that big. There we go. This piece here. It's a nice bit. Control C. Control V. Not that bit. Got them both. There you go. I'm not even being particularly selective about which bits I'm taking, you know, it's like, that'll do. Opacity, drop this down. 50%. Nice. Okay, Shift Control I. Delete that out. Alright, and that looks about right. Control D, deselect, come out. Okay, and that's our top layer done. Hooray! Our entire top layer is done. So I'm going to do Control E, Control E, Control E, blend it down into one layer above our base layer. And I'm going to save it because I was going to finish this tutorial anyway. And nip over to all 3ds Max. There it is. Now we haven't got our borders in place yet, but you can see our warning signs in place. Oh, beautiful. Big happiness. Okay, so, next part, we'll be doing something else. Till then, well, we'll be doing the same sort of thing, really. Till then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.